guest is a self-taught director and writer who went from making hometown music videos in Kansas City to being a two-time Tribeca Film Festival award winner and creating one of the biggest shows on streaming. You can see the fourth and final season of his show Bel-Air now on Peacock. You can also buy his new children's book, I Can Make a Movie, wherever you get your books. Everybody say hello to Morgan Stevenson Cooper.
Daytime television.
I know.
How are you?
I'm good. You're great. You're doing really great. Congrats on the success.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, tell everybody, I was reading a bit about your journey. You have kind of a crazy different background. I didn't even know it started with rap videos.
Started with rap videos, absolutely. In my hometown, Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out Kansas City, 816. Yeah. So I barely graduated high school, and I bought my first camera, which was a Canon T2i.
Yeah.
And I took that camera and started shooting low-budget music videos in Kansas City. And I looked in the mirror and I said, there is no backup plan. This is it.
Yeah.
And I committed my life to becoming a storyteller, and that's what I did.
Yeah. I hated that when people used to ask me what my backup plan was. I hated when people asked me that.
You can't have a backup plan. You just gotta go for it.
You gotta go for it, especially in the arts. I don't know if that really works, having a backup plan. Parents everywhere hate me right now. The Bel-Air short caught the attention of someone pretty important. This is how it got started. Tell everybody that story.
Yeah, absolutely. So we released the short film Bel-Air in 2019. We put it on YouTube, zero marketing dollars. And less than 24 hours later, I get a text from my assistant, and they said, Will Smith wants to meet you, wants to talk about this short film.
Like, did you envision that at all, in any dream world? Like, you know, did you think maybe he'll see this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that answer. No, I honestly asked you that because I thought, I think he did. I think he knew. He's like bold enough and confident enough in what you do. And I love that because I think you have to be that in order to achieve it.
You have to feel it, absolutely. You have to visualize it. And so when I get the text, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, this is a big opportunity. And so I go to Calabasas the next day and I meet Will's manager, and Will's on FaceTime. He was down in Miami doing Bad Boys 3.
As he does?
Yeah. And he was like, I love this, what do you want to do with it? And so I took a deep breath and I said, I want to adapt my short film into a 1-hour drama. And he said, I love it. And 2 weeks later, I'm down in Miami. We start developing the show. And that was in 2019, and we're on season 4. So,
I know, that's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you obviously watch Fresh Prince growing up?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you obviously, okay.
You know, it was a house divided, though. Not divided, but it's like, it was a Fresh Prince household, but my sister loved Full House.
Yes.
And so we'd be arguing over the remote. We were at Oak Tree Square in Kansas City, and be like, no, I want to watch Fresh Prince. I want to watch Full House. We grew up in that era, right?
Yeah.
And so, but we landed on Fresh Prince, and that was a show that brought my family together, and it was something that we enjoyed and my father enjoyed. And it was a glimpse into a whole nother way of living, you know, through the eyes of Will and that family. So.
Yeah, I love to.
That's my sister. That's my sister, Chloe.
She lost out. She did not get Full House that night.
Yeah.
She was like, nah, I drew the short straw. No, well, speaking of kiddos, you have a kids book. Has this always been something you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called I Can Make a Movie, and it's about appreciate it. And Kelly, you know, the story is about a 7-year-old girl on a mission to make her first movie. And she does it with the help of her family, her big brother and her cousins, and they're making it for their sick grandfather.
Yeah.
And so they go on this movie-making adventure in Kansas City, and we just see a young girl and her family making it happen. I want to tell a story about a positive interaction with technology. And everybody in this room, everybody in this audience, we all have movie-making devices in our pockets. They're called iPhones.
Yeah.
Right? And so to see a young girl be resourceful and believe in herself and find her voice and use a tool that we have access to.
In a beautiful way.
Absolutely. And so I was really passionate about creating something to inspire children. Because that story matters, you know, and we need that this day and age.
And from your lens, play their life out how they want to instead of what's been told and what's the norm or whatever.
Absolutely.
Anyway, you are very inspiring and very rad. Let's do another commercial break. The 4th and final season of Bel-Air is on Peacock. Y'all got to check it out. You can also buy Morgan's new children's book, I Can Make a Movie, wherever books are sold. And everyone in the audience is going home with a copy. Bye.